All right, let's go.
Here we are.
Welcome back to another episode of Persuasion by the Pint. I'm Jonathan Taylor, along with
Sean McCool. Sean Oso
And-
McCool.
Sean Oso McCool on this Friday, Labor Day weekend coming up.
Yeah.
And today we're going to be doing a flight of persuasion. No guest today, but we've got a smorgasbord. I would call it a smorgasbord of topics.
Yeah, this is like a flight that goes from IPA to like Russian Imperial Stout. Like it's the full, like it's all over the place for sure.
You're just your taste buds are just, we're going to tickle your taste buds of all sorts of different topics.
Werewolves, sneakers.
Yes.
A little nostalgia, bumper stickers. Like we're just we have scoured the interwebs for this stuff.
The werewolf thing is intriguing, and I watched this, and it's going to be super interesting. It's like, ooh, I got to check that out. So
yeah.
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah, we don't want to give too much away. We want to start drinking. So
that's right. Yeah, we got some good ones. Hopefully, we have some good ones on tap.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I think I've got a themed one anyway, so I don't know if it tastes good, but it's themed anyway.
Okay. All right.
So I'll kick it off.
Okay. You are always creative with your. You think this out way too much, Sean. But I give you credit. You put a lot of thought into this, and I'm glad.
Yeah,
it lets me kick back and just pick up anything off the shelf.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have that production value here for this stuff. So, this is kind of back to school season, right?
Oh, okay, yeah. Lunchbox.
Yeah, so
I never put one of those in my lunchbox though. When I was a kid, did I have one of those?
I don't know, man. South Georgia, you might have. It would have been straight Pilsner, though. I don't think it'd been a P&B. It would not have been a PB&J smoothie sour ale. That's for sure. I don't think those existed back in the 30s when you were in school.
Oh, okay, man. This is
called a Lunchbox Sour Ale. It's a PB&J smoothie sour ale. IBUs are only 15, so there's hope. So it says, what's for lunch? This lunchbox is packed with flavor and fun. Lunchbox is a delectable PB&J smoothie sour ale that's redefining the lunch break experience. A taste sensation like no other. Imagine the creamy goodness of peanut butter blended perfectly with a sweet tang of grape and huckleberry, all in a smoothie-like texture that's pure indulgence. It is a decadent smoothie that satisfies your favorite schoolyard lunch and carefree afternoons, but with an adult twist that's sure to delight. Crafted with care and creativity, Lunchbox offers a unique drinking experience that's both playful and sophisticated.
Fancy.
If you're seeking delicious escape from the ordinary, this brew delivers on all fronts. So treat yourself to lunch and enjoy.
With a fancy P&J. I like it.
Yes, I like a good grilled P&J. That is like
okay. Level. I can't go there, but yeah.
Really?
I mean, I've never grilled one.
Oh my goodness! Like put it in a panini press or something, man. Oh my god! Like it's the next level.
Is there anything? I feel like there's something else that needs to go in there. If you're grilling it, it's just peanut butter and jelly, right?
Yeah. No, there's a brewery I go to here in town, and every time I go, they have that on the kids menu, and I get it every time because it's just they put a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in a panini press, and it's just perfect.
Oh wow!
Because I can see butter gets a little warm and creamy, and the jelly gets a little crystallized or whatever that's called.
Yep.
So yeah.
So
what do you have over there?
Well, I have mine doesn't sound quite as good as a P&J, but I do have a coffee. That's a tough one to follow. Let me see if I can pull this up here.
I think you should do it in your new voice.
You like this?
Yeah.
Should I? What? It's not working.
There it is.
Now we have it. Should have brought this out for the werewolf, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Now I don't know how to turn it off.
There we go. All right.
Laugh is great though. When you laugh, it's great. Like it's like full on thriller.
Yeah, that's perfect. I need to break this out when we have a guest on who's totally not suspecting what might happen. Now I've got a this is called a coffee build coffee and cream gold coffee and vanilla golden cream ale. And I couldn't find the website on it. But I'm going to share this. Let's see if I can find. Oh, there we go. All right. I'm all over the place. It says this is from New Heights Brewing Company.
Okay.
Coffee and cream pours a deep gold with a thick white head that recedes to nothing almost immediately. The aroma is distinctly brewed coffee wafting out of the glass before you even sniff. It's bright and effervescent with a good carbonation and a light mouthfeel. The taste is very coffee forward, but very distinct and not overpowering. Dark roast coffee. That's what they use. Dark roast coffee mixes with a hint of vanilla, and the flavors are not complex, but they don't need to be. Ooh. And so we'll see. I mean, it's an ale. Sounds refreshing. I couldn't find it anywhere on. I guess they don't have a website, so I had to pull this off of Beer Day, a rating site. So
I gotta tell you, I feel like whoever wrote that was like covering their tracks, because like the first line is like, it's got a thick head that disappears immediately. Then they're like, coffee forward, but not too much.
Not too much.
They said like three things that they immediately took back when they said it. So.
Yeah, they had to pull back a little. They like,
which is good. Man, we want to. A lot of the times we've been disappointed because they over talk about their stuff, right?
That's right.
So
they overpromise.
Maybe they're pulling back, doing the old takeaway close on us. We'll see.
That's right.
All right, well, let's cheers it up if you can find the button. Nope.
There we go. I'm all over the board. You can tell I don't have any of these labeled. They're all over the place.
Well, you just got a new update, right? So it's everything's kind of moved around in the digital world.
Exactly.
Oh wow. Interesting. Oh my.
Yeah, I'm anxious to get some feedback on this. What is a lunch?
That is really good. That is really good. It tastes like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No way.
I am dead serious. Like that is.
Oh, I'm writing this down.
This is wild. Like
I'm getting.
It's got just a little bit of peanut butter, but the huckleberry for sure comes through. What was the other jelly they said it was? Grape. Yes, a grape.
Yeah,
and a little bit of huckleberry. I think is where the sour comes from. Because everybody knows what huckleberry tastes like. But yeah, it's not super sour. It does have a little bit of sour, but not much. And I like it. I like it a lot. Might have to go back and get another.
Oh,
it's that good. I'm gonna give it a. Oh man, should I?
Yeah, I would.
I'll do it. I'm gonna give it a 5.0.
I'd give that. I would, if it tastes anything like PB, peanut butter and jelly, I would give it a 5 in a heartbeat.
Like I can even taste the Wonder Bread in it. Like it's just, I can taste the Wonder Bread. That must be the hops or the wheat or something.
I haven't had Wonder Bread since I was 5 years old. So I don't remember what Wonder Bread tastes like.
Yeah, it tastes like white paste, like Elmer's glue.
My PB and J come on whole grain Mike's bread. Is it Mike's bread?
Something like that. Dave's Killer Bread.
Dave's, yes, Dave's.
Dave's.
I don't know why I want to call it Mike's. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta eat the cardboard, but it helps out. Having a little peanut butter and jelly in there is not bad. But I do have to. I've got to try the toasting or the grilling.
Yeah, I don't know with that bread how good it would be, but it changes things a little bit.
Yeah,
So,
you put a little butter. You should slab a little butter on it and put it in the fry pan.
probably, yeah. I mean, that
Yeah.
you do the panini, you don't even hardly need that. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, I get. Of course, that this may gross some people out, but I actually put mayonnaise on my bread instead of butter.
Whoa.
Because it grills, it spreads smoother, and it grills, and it tastes just like butter when you grill.
Oh, you know what? I can actually believe that because I don't put it on my bread, but I've started. I don't know if when I've grilled steaks, a lot of people use butter, but mayonnaise works just as well. So you can put mayonnaise on your steak.
Yeah.
When you put them on the grill,
Fat is fat, man.
Yeah, it's fat. So it adds more. I mean, and you won't even tell. Like anytime I put mayonnaise on there, and I've told people after they've eaten it, because a lot of people wouldn't eat it if they knew that I'd put mayonnaise on beforehand. But I tell them afterward, and they're like, "What?
What'd you do to me?"
It's just like just oil, man.
Like telling somebody there's a raw egg in their shake. It's like, what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna die.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you rate your vanilla coffee there? The glass is almost gone.
I can't say that. I mean, it's good. I can't say that I taste any coffee. But it does have that cream, that
vanilla,
kind of like vanilla and cream. It's like it tastes like a cream ale. So I don't know. It's pretty good. I would give this a 4 on a summer. Definitely on a hot summer day, I'd give this a 4.3. It's that good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's a good show today. Good brews. Yeah. The old lunchbox from Blue Owl Brewing and white coffee vanilla thing you got over there. So
now, where did you get the lunchbox? I got to find this.
I got it at HEB where I get all my stuff, but
okay,
so you'll have to find it at
Total Wine. I bet they have it at Total Wine.
Yeah. I mean, can't remember where I think Blue Owl Brewing's from Colorado. No, they're in Austin. It might not be it.
I gotta grab a wipe. I'm gonna grab a wipe real quick. I spilled beer all over the place here. Give me a sec.
Nice. All right.
All right. Good stuff. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna have some. What is it coming, a 6-pack or what?
I got mine as a single, and it was $4.99 for a single. So my guess is it comes in a 4-pack.
Okay,
gotcha. It is a full pint, so it's probably a 4-pack.
Right. All right. I'm looking for it.
All right. I'll send you a picture.
Yeah, please do. All right. So where do we start?
I mean, let's start with werewolves. Let's just go right out the box with werewolves. So, I was scrolling the old Instagram and saw this story about a game called the Werewolf Game. Had you ever heard of this, Jonathan, before you saw this video? Yeah. Never. So had not either. Apparently I don't have the right friends. We don't do, games around campfires and stuff.
You really need a large group of people. Like it can't do this.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah, it looks like you need. Yeah, it looks like you need a good sized group. But basically, saw this video, and what you do is they pass out basically have some cards, and in the deck of cards there are 2 werewolves, and the rest are villagers.
Yeah.
So let's say you have a group of 20 people. They didn't say exactly how many.
That's a good number though to make it fun. The more the better.
Yeah. So you definitely need to vastly outnumber the werewolves, right? So so there's 18 villagers and 2 werewolves in this example. And what they do is so the werewolves know who they are, right? Because they've got the card in front of them. And then there's somebody that facilitates the games. So everybody puts their head down.
Yeah.
And then only the werewolves are allowed to lift their heads and look and then point to the villager that they're going to kill. Right? So the 2 werewolves and the facilitator know what's going on. The villagers do not. Right? So everybody looks back up, and then the villagers have to decide who the werewolf is.
Yeah.
And whoever they pick, whether it's a villager or a werewolf, gets eliminated from the game, gets killed. And the goal is whichever person ends up, so you have to get down to, so either the villagers have to kill both werewolves, or the werewolves have to get it down to where there's only 2 villagers left.
Yeah.
And according to this post on the gram, the majority of the time, the werewolves win.
The werewolves
even though they're outnumbered.
Yeah.
Because of the infighting and the lack of information. And it showed, because the werewolves know what's going on, right?
Right.
And the villagers are not.
If they're good, they're probably good at, you got to be good at playing or deceiving and lying.
You got to have a good poker face for sure.
Absolutely.
Kind of play
I think
along.
you almost have to. Well, I think in certain circumstances, you don't want to overdo it as to, try to convince people that you're not the werewolf.
Right.
Because if you try too hard, I think people might start to figure out this guy's hiding something.
So here's what the post said. It says, "This is more than just a game. Werewolf teaches us that trust and deception play significant roles in relationships and social interactions. It emphasizes the importance of critical thinking and making informed decisions. Effective communication is crucial for sharing information and persuading others. The game also highlights the power of teamwork and collaboration. It demonstrates the need for resilience in the face of uncertainty and adversity. Werewolf teaches the importance of perception, intuition, and reading people. It raises awareness about fairness, justice, and the consequences of assuming guilt without evidence."
Yeah.
So pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But it's, because it's interesting though, the smaller group, the 2 people, the werewolves, had accurate information, and they were able to defeat a much larger group that had no information. Like, that sounds like common sense, but you don't really think about it very often. Like, it kind of goes back to what we talked about last week with the laws of power.
Yeah.
If you got the inside information, and you don't one up people, like, you can go a long way with that. So
it's crazy how popular this is, and it's like a simple game, but I'm sure they're making a fortune off of it. I mean, I think it's popular among college level, people that are kind of in college right now. They're probably playing it.
This would be
learning some crucial skills.
Yeah, this would be great for like a high school sociology teacher to do in their classroom.
Yep.
Like, that'd be awesome to do that. So that's the werewolf.
It feels like a murder, almost like a cross between a murder mystery.
Yep.
And Survivor.
Right? Yeah. Yep.
So
I love the concept. Survivor. Yeah. Yeah. It's such a simple game, and like, you can learn a lot from it. So yeah, that's just called Werewolf. You can get the cards, and like I said, I think you probably need at least 15 to 20 people to make it. I think probably to make it really fun.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
No, I was thinking, after I watched that, I was like, that would be a fun, like, Christmas gift, because we do, I don't know about you guys, but like our family, we do these, like Secret Santa, and then we'll like, the different things outside of just the normal gifts where, it's small things, but it'd be a cool little Christmas gift. And then to play it, if you've got a large gathering during the holidays, be kind of interesting to see how, how that Christmas spirit starts to play out, when
a good Thanksgiving game too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. Absolutely. Right after that turkey,
everybody put their head down. Everybody put their head down, not wake up.
Oh,
all
good
right.
stuff.
Where are we going to go next? We got a couple.
All right. I'm going to share. Yeah, I've got one, and I've just got one that I thought was really interesting, Sean. It is a Facebook post, and you may have seen this, but I have to give credit. I'm going to give credit to David Dutton. I kind of stole this because he shared it this past week, but I'm going to pull it up. Let's see if I can find. Yeah, let's see. This comes from, have you ever been to Mammoth Cave National Park?
I don't think I have. I've been to Sea Cavern. What is it? The one near Chattanooga.
Yeah, right. Well,
Lost Sea Caverns.
This is Mammoth Cave. This is up in Mammoth Cave, Kentucky. Okay. And they have on their Facebook page, they're always posting stuff about historical events and things like that related to Mammoth Cave. But they made one post last week that if you look at it, it had 102,000 reactions down at the bottom,
Wow.
which is huge compared to what they normally get. Because if you scroll down their page, they're typically getting on average like maybe a few hundred reactions to their post.
Yeah.
And so what was unique about this post is they did something, what I think is like, it's called negative advertising. And I think you see, yeah, there we go.
Oh, the headline.
Yeah, the headline. It says, come experience what has disappointed millions of people for over 225 years. Mammoth Cave National Park recently was rated as one of the most disappointing U.S. tourist attractions. While we think the world's longest cave system and over 4,000 years of human history is amazing, others find that the cave is very dark and there is nothing cool to see here. So if you would like to come experience the disappointment of Mammoth Cave, visit our website and choose from many of our activities that will leave you unfulfilled. You can be disappointed by the dry hole with the few stalagmites and the stalactites and discover nothing other than trees and an 80+ mile of hiking, biking, horseback riding, and waterfalls. So I love this. And I here's the line that really gets me. I thought this should be like a headline: "A world of regret awaits you at Mammoth Cave."
That's awesome.
102,000. So we got quite the share.
I hope that social media manager got a raise.
Oh, of course. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he deserves it for that.
How many shares was that?
Let's see. The shares got 31,000 shares. Can you believe that? 31,000 shares. And on average, they get, very few shares. Most of their stuff is, they get reactions. Yeah.
Stuff is so boring. Why would they get any shares?
But I think there's a lesson there. Sometimes you got to be, make fun of yourself and do something a little different to create reaction.
There's been some other companies, over the past few years who've done that, where they take their negative Google reviews or whatever,
yes,
and they turn them into a whole campaign, and it always works. Like, because if you're willing to do it and embrace it, most people know that those people are just complainers and
that's the problem. I think most companies are too uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It goes through the board, and the board says, "Oh, I don't know."
We can't do that.
You can only do this as a small organization. This only works if you've got a small team. But this never works with large organizations.
Unless you're owned by Ryan Reynolds. I can see Ryan Reynolds doing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, that would work for him.
He would do that with Mint Mobile or one of his brands for sure.
Yeah.
He's done similar stuff with Mint Mobile,
Yep.
He's like, we do the opposite of what everybody does. He's like, here we'd usually, to be a happy, smiling person, we're putting an angry goat.
Yeah.
Sure enough, there's an angry goat on the
That's right.
Just like
it goes back to that. I keep going back to that saying, Sean, the one where it says treat your product with reverence and everything else with irreverence. Sometimes it works.
We really need to find that episode so we can get credit.
Yeah. I keep saying it, and we can never remember.
I cannot find it. It's buried in the archives somewhere over the last 6 years.
Yep.
It'll pop into my head one day when I'm in the shower. Like, his name will just be like, "Oh, that's what it was."
We appreciate that quote, though.
Yeah, great quote. Hey, Jonathan, do you remember growing up? So I guess probably late 70s, and you maybe take a road trip with the family, and you stop at Mickey D's.
Yeah.
And they had the collector's items, the plates, or the cups.
Oh man, I remember those.
Did you have a set of like plates with Grimace and? You know, the Hamburglar.
I don't know that I did. I always had the I always got the glasses when they had other things that they were partnering up with, like Smurfs and things like that. I remember as a kid having the Smurf glasses from McDonald's or something like that. So, but never the actual Ronald McDonald or Hamburglar or the fries or whatever.
Yeah, I remember we had a full set of the plates, like with the McDonald's characters. You know, the Hamburglar, Grimace, Ronald. Can't remember who else was on there. Those are the kind of the top three. But the Fry Guys were always there. You know. Well, apparently, McDonald's decided to go back into their bag of tricks. And they launched the promotion of collector cups again.
Wow.
So they did this on August 13th. And they were selling out almost immediately. And these cups were going on eBay for hundreds of dollars.
Wow.
But they're calling this the adult Happy Meal. And it seems to be working. Like sales are up at McDonald's in this age of, you know, healthier food, supposedly, or people saying they're going to be healthier. So yeah, it's kind of that nostalgia play that we've talked about before, right? It's the nostalgia. You're pulling some of that Gen X crowd back in that had left McDonald's.
Absolutely.
You're like, oh,
they're coming out with a new burger, right?
No.
Have you heard about the new burger they're coming out with? I think it's only up in Canada.
I have not.
They've got a new, it's like a new, it's like a huge burger they're coming out with. But I think they're only starting it up in Canada for whatever reason. I'll find it here in a second. But anyway.
Well, check this out. So you can get cups with designs from Barbie, Hot Wheels, Beanie Babies, Coca-Cola, Hello Kitty, Peanuts, Shrek, Jurassic Park, and a Grimace, or Grimace and Boo Buckets. I don't remember Boo Buckets. Do you remember?
They don't have the Smurfs. I know they ran the Smurfs
They
at one
used to do
time.
Smurfs a lot. Yeah, I don't know if Smurfs are still a thing or not. So, which are you going to choose? Are you going to get the Hot Wheels?
I like the Hot Wheels, man.
Yeah, the Hot Wheels.
I love the Hot Wheels.
Seems like you're kind of.
I had the case, 2 or 3 of those cases, that you carried around with all the cars in them.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember those? Like you could put like several cars in each case.
I had cases upon cases. And then when I turned 16, I traded those in for cassette tape cases that sat in the front seat of my Escort GT.
Nice.
My 1984 Escort GT.
Nice.
With no AC, by the way. And roll down windows. So yeah, these are the glasses.
You traded Hot Wheels cases for cassette tape cases.
Yeah, I grew up, man. Should have kept the Hot Wheels.
Yeah, those would be worth more money today. I mean,
mine were run pretty ragged. I mean, I was playing in the dirt with them and everything else. So I don't think mine would be worth much other than nostalgia. But there's the Hot Wheels glass for you.
Oh,
that's
I like it.
Cool. I could see you drinking a beer out of that every Friday.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's a beer. That's a beer. That's worthy of a beer for sure. Yeah. I like the Coca-Cola too, though.
Yeah, got the classic polar bear going on with the Coke.
Yeah.
Jurassic Park. Minions.
That's too nuanced. I mean, Jurassic Park's still around today, so you want something that's kind of dated.
Yeah, I mean, I would do Snoopy. I would definitely do Peanuts.
Yeah. Yep.
But Hot Wheels is really cool. I like that.
I love the Hot Wheels.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I mean, like just something simple like that, just bringing back something that worked in the past.
Yeah.
And doing it again seems to be working. So
nostalgia, again, works every time. We're all kids at heart to some degree. And you take us back to our childhood memories back in the 70s and 80s, man, it works.
Yeah. It's going to be, I don't know what, kids don't play with as much stuff today. I mean, they've got toys, but they don't. Kids today don't have the Hot Wheels and they get an iPad, right?
Yeah, they get an iPad
Yeah.
or a phone or some kind of tablet, and they're
and everything's digital. Like there's, there's not as much stuff to like hold and play with. So
yeah.
I don't know what they're going to put on the glasses in 20 years, but look, here's a glass with a bunch of iPads on it. Oh, I remember when we had iPads. Now everything's in our brain with a chip. I really miss holding my iPad. I miss holding my iPad.
Oh gosh, man. You know what? There's nothing better if you can remember. People don't understand. To follow up with that, Saturday mornings, you get up but no one understands Saturday morning cartoons. Like that was like a thing. You got up, and I don't know about you, Sean. I was up at like the wee hours of the morning because it was like from 7 o'clock on Saturday morning all the way till noontime. It was like one thing after another, nothing but cartoons.
Bugs Bunny Roadrunner was the highlight. That was the That was like the top rated of the cartoons, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you started getting into Tom and Jerry. Yeah, those were like I got Tom and Jerry in the afternoons too. Mm-hmm. Like those were afternoon after school cartoons.
Of course, we had between commercials, right? We had the ABC Schoolhouse Rock.
That's right.
Like I would definitely buy a set. Man, I would absolutely buy a set of those glasses.
Yes. Yeah,
like if that's cool. I don't care what chain comes up with that.
Yep.
You come on with this Schoolhouse Rock glasses, I will come buy them all. Maybe I should get licensing rights on that and just start selling those on Amazon.
Yeah, those are good.
There's a huge demand for those things. I bet just pent up demand for that stuff.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
because they were around, but they didn't really. If that was around today, they'd do a much better job of like merchandising it.
Yeah,
but back then it was just purely information from PBS that they showed on ABC or NBC or whichever.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which station it was. I think it was ABC.
Yeah,
it might have been across all of them. But yeah, I mean the thing was back then, and we're sounding like old guys here now, but like we'll never you never experienced that where there was only 3 channels to choose from.
Mm-hmm.
There was no other devices to go look at. There was no YouTube. Right. There's no other things to go look at. It was either the newspaper or one of the 3 channels, and that was it.
NBC, you had NBC morning cartoons. ABC had their own line, so it was like you go back and forth. You just watch each network all the way through, and it was awesome. I used to get out with all of my my toys and everything, and just kind of converge in the living room and just
watch
have everything set up. Yeah, as I watch cartoons and lived out all of the action in the living room.
I know He-Man is making a comeback with memes and stuff.
Yep.
A lot of it. You see that in a lot of the memes and stuff. Yeah. Oh, and somebody posted something the other day. It was like an early Bugs Bunny clip, probably early 70s, maybe even late 60s.
Yeah.
Oh my God. It was so racist. It was unbelievable. Like just, it was like, wow, they could say anything back then.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy. He was shooting Indians and it's like, wow, I don't think we could get away with that today. Bugs would be canceled for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's move on. Another one I found, this was hilarious to me, which just, I want to go try this. So what happened was the Guggenheim Museum, full of tourists, high-end art people, all that kind of stuff, right? So some very, I want to meet this person, whoever did this. They decided they would go to the Guggenheim, or while they were at the Guggenheim, they decided there was this blank spot, on the ramp going up. So they took off their Converse tennis shoe and set it in front of the wall and then stood back and watched as people started taking pictures and discussing it and standing around looking at it. Meanwhile, this guy on the other side of the hall is, got one shoe on and
This is awesome. I love that.
I
Dude's
mean,
just probably. How is he keeping a straight face watching it? He's the guy filming this, right?
yeah, he's got filming, so we never see his face. But I'm like, that is
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant right there.
Right.
And it's kind of a worn out, like really
Look at
worn
how.
out shoe.
Oh yeah.
But people
Look,
are
somebody's
sitting
taking
there.
pictures. Like people are like
Yeah,
taking pictures, and look at this guy right here. He's like,
they're probably
oh
having
wow.
full on philosophical discussions about what it represents and
Yeah.
why there's only one shoe. And
Yeah.
I noticed it's the right shoe. That must mean this is some type of political commentary on the right leaving the left behind, or who knows, like maybe it's
Yeah,
the left shoe.
dude. One dude right there over to the left is filming this. I mean, he's
Yeah.
filming. Well, this guy. I mean, there's a couple of people that are just filming this. Look at that.
Yeah. So, yeah. So I was like,
What did P.T. Barnum say? What was the saying?
a sucker is born every minute.
Yes.
That is hilarious. Next time I go to a museum, I am going to make sure I wear something like that where I can come up with some
I would
similar idea.
so do that. I would do that too in a heartbeat. I would do that in a heartbeat.
That was hilarious. I was like, oh my God, that just says so much about us as a society.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not great what it says.
No, exactly. Nope. Yeah.
Well, I want to make sure we fulfill on our title. So our title was Werewolf Sneakers. So we've gotten those two.
Okay.
And why you should be more annoying.
I love it.
Yeah. So
yeah, I'm always looking for a reason behind why I should be, because I can be. So
well, I mean, your son's coming home this weekend, right? So
right,
to ramp it up a little bit.
Absolutely.
Been gone for like a week, and he's got to come home and get laundry.
Dump the dirty laundry.
Well, check this out. So you've heard of Duolingo, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they kind of took over the language learning market, from Babbel and all these others.
Rosetta.
Rosetta Stone. I guess it was Rosetta Stone, then Babbel, and now Duolingo seems to be the top dog in space. And there's two things here that's interesting. Number one is a lot of their growth is coming from very irreverent TikTok ads. So kind of the same idea we were talking about, earlier.
Yeah.
But also what's keeping people on the platform once they do so the ads are getting people to the platform, but what's actually keeping people on the platform so that they're active users. So they have spiked. They're now at 104 million monthly active users, 34 million daily active users, and 8 million paid subscribers.
Yeah.
So the key apparently is they have very persistent, annoying, and oh so effective notifications. And my daughter has this. And I was at dinner the other night with some friends, and I asked about it there, and two people there were like, oh yeah, it's so annoying. And I always open them.
Okay.
So they've gamified the whole Duolingo, app. But they are really persistent. If you don't sign in, they send you push notifications, which wouldn't work on me because I never allow push notifications when I sign up for an app.
Yeah. Right.
Just because I hate that kind of stuff. But most people do allow them. So I think, that it works and it gets people back in there. And a lot of their lessons are super short, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, things like that. And it kind of just keeps you in the practice and doing the thing. But they are getting people to go online more and more often for their service, and it's working. So, and you can see here on their TikTok.
Yeah.
When they launched on their TikTok, it just really took off on TikTok.
Yeah. 8 million paid subscribers. And I didn't know they were this popular.
Yeah. I think.
So I'm curious, what is an example of their annoying notifications.
Well, yeah. So one of the things, like their owl is kind of they call it an evil Duolingo owl persona.
Oh, okay.
And he's a little bit of like, here's an example. Here's a push notification. Say no buts, do a lesson now. So just kind of a hardcore accountability coach,
right.
in your phone to go back and do your thing. One of their phrases, from the Super Bowl, do your Duolingo.
Mm-hmm.
They do these little challenges and things like that. Their TikTok has grown. Says Duolingo's TikTok followers continue to boom with its eccentric content, growing by 76% in the last year alone. Which, when you're already a large account, that's pretty impressive. So here was the lesson I wanted to share with our listeners. I can't tell you how many times, like, I'll talk to people about their email or their social or whatever. They're like, yeah, I don't want to bother people.
Yeah.
I'm like, you should send at least a newsletter every week. Like, that is the bare minimum. Probably if you can figure out 2 different newsletters to send weekly would be even better. Maybe one's a little bit more, content, and others more kind of industry related, kind of thing.
Yeah. Right.
But people are like, oh, I don't know if I can send 2 a week. And meanwhile, Duolingo's over here, like, doing push notifications, a couple times a day to the same people that you're not talking to.
Yep.
So the challenge here is to be a little bit more annoying.
Yeah.
And I like what they do, though. They use a character to kind of soften the blow, right? And I think Dan Kennedy's talked about this. Some other people have talked about this. But if you can have a mascot or a character for your business, even if it's your dog, like most people have a pet, and at least one of your emails every week or some of your social posts every week could be from your dog.
Yep.
And do not be surprised if that becomes your most popular series. Because your dog can get away with saying anything it wants.
Oh yeah. Character,
or your logo, character on your logo, could get away with saying whatever it wants. And that's what they're doing with Duolingo is they're using that little owl icon as its own persona, own character, and it's a wise owl, more like a wise ass owl, but that's kind of working. So
it reminds me, you remember that annoying paperclip on Microsoft Word back in the day?
Clippy.
Do you remember it? Clippy. Yes.
Yes.
I used to want to smash Clippy.
Because he would just be sitting there, and then all of a sudden he would jump up and knock on the glass trying to get your attention.
That's right.
Like, hey, you need me over here. Wait till AI starts doing that. And they're like, oh, yeah, I forgot we could make AI like proactive instead of waiting around for a prompt. Yeah, that's coming pretty fast too. So,
oh man, I like the caricature approach. It didn't work so much. Clippy, I always wanted I would love to just tie you up in a bow. But
he got disabled on quite a few things.
Yeah,
so.
Right. But I could see how that would work. You put a little friendly face, an owl, a little pet caricature, and it's maybe not quite as annoying when an owl's doing it, because an owl's always considered wise, right? So I mean, it's like, who can't not listen to an owl?
Right. I like the ones I've seen, like local service stations and things like that. I think even Dan Kennedy used one of those where they had a dog that was the voice of the station, like the service station.
Yeah.
And that dog would send out coupons and newsletters and everything else. And he's like, get in here. My owner's just standing around doing nothing. Like he really needs some work, or whatever it would say.
Yes. That's perfect.
I want to go on the boat this weekend.
Yeah.
So we need some gas money. I need you to come in.
Yep.
That kind of stuff. That's why I
good.
Created this coupon for you. Blah blah blah. Just have fun with it. Like, go back to our quote, right? Just Don't take yourself
Be
so
irreverent.
seriously.
That's
Be
right.
irreverent. Speaking of
Enjoy.
irreverent,
Yes.
this is one of my favorite of the week.
Okay.
So I was just again scrolling through the gram for the listeners here, for the people, doing my due diligence,
doing your research,
put together a good
crack
show.
research.
And I come across this guy, Alex, I think Biron Comedy.
Okay.
And he's doing these prank calls, and like he's just sitting in his PJs. Let's pull it up on the screen here. Like he's just sitting here putting on thing. And I was like, what is going on here? And I'm listening to it. Well, then I kind of click through to his page, and he's got these bumper stickers that you can buy, that you can put on your car, and it says, "How's my drive? Call," and then it's got the number, but it's his number. And then what he does, he takes the call and he prank calls whoever calls in, because whoever calls in is just being annoying, that they're complaining about where you're parked or whatever.
Right.
So the one I heard on Instagram, somebody was parked in front of like a yoga studio that wasn't a member of the yoga studio. Gotcha. So the lady that was calling was the owner, and she's like, I called this number because the bumper sticker said to call this number, and this person is parked in front of my yoga studio.
Yes.
And he just acts like a customer service number. He's like, well, let me look up the, what's the license plate? She tells him the license plate. He puts her on hold for the entire length of the Freebird song.
Yeah.
Entire like 7 minutes. He's just waiting. And he comes back on. He's like, he said, no, he's not. She's like, what?
I've heard this before. Yeah, I heard this.
He's like, no, he says he's not there. She's like, I'm looking at the car. It's right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like, okay, let me, all right, hold on. Let me put you on hold again.
Yeah.
He plays the Freebird song again.
That's perfect.
Comes back on. He's
nothing better than wasting someone else's time who's trying to waste your time. I love it.
And like, he comes back on. He's like, you're right.
Yep.
It is his car. He is there. She's like, what are you going to do about it? Nothing.
Yeah.
So he,
what do you think about that?
I mean, how genius is this? So this guy's selling bumper stickers for $20.
Yeah.
To get people to send in, so people will call him and make his job easier.
Genius. Yeah. That's
like,
genius. I love it.
Like, he's not even having to create his own content. He's getting people to help provide him his content. I mean, it's just
that's amazing. So I mean, he's getting people to buy his bumper stickers.
Yeah, because if you go on they're $20 a piece.
Yeah.
And then he's got other merch as well. He's got t-shirts, he's got mugs, he's got all the things. I don't know how many he sells. I think the bumper sticker is a big one. Of course, he also tours, all that kind of stuff. But then he uses this material.
Oh, of course, in his comedy.
Yeah,
right.
Like
I love it. That's new content. I mean, right there.
Yeah. So this guy is Alex. It's ALXBIRON Comedy.
Yeah.
He's also got I don't know did he come up with this song? Yeah, it's a metal song about a woman having her period. And he wrote a song about it, and it's metal, like heavy metal sound. So that apparently that's one of his tagged ones. So obviously that did pretty well too.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I can see that.
So yeah, like it makes me wonder, like, how can I get people to help me build my own content? Right. Like he's figured out a little something. He was probably already doing the pranks, and stuff like that. And
you gotta
just accelerates it, right?
Figure out the chicken and the egg, like what came first, like obviously probably his comedy to get people to, to tell people about, getting the bumper stickers so that they can participate, and being part of his, his comedy routine, but still, I mean,
his prank, and he does a lot of different prank calls. It's not just that. He'll do he'll call prayer lines and do prank calls. We've talked about that on the show. It's like, let's just call some of these 800 numbers on ads and see what happens.
Yes.
See if they upsell us.
We need to do that again. That's fun.
We need to bring that back. All right. So last one.
Our job, we should get like, we should pick up in the next few episodes, go pick up some episodes of magazines like the Globe or the Inquirer or something like that. That's where we find some of those great ads that we can call into.
Yeah, we'll do that. You can hook up the Bluetooth and we'll dial.
That's right. Yeah, we'll
see what they can sell us. See if they can upsell us. All right. So this last one is a little embarrassing. I don't know if I want to share it or not.
Okay.
Just 'cause it's going to make me look old. I'm really not old enough to get this email, but apparently I got it.
Come on.
I think I was hacking. I was doing some funnel hacking, and that's why I'm on the list, not because I'm old.
I see.
So I thought this was one of the. I've never seen anybody else do this with their email subscribers, and I thought it was really good. I was like, why aren't more people doing that? So the subject line was, "Is it time to say goodbye?" I was like, that's a pretty good subject line.
Yeah, I like that.
So I opened it up, and this is what I see from AARP. Now, granted, AARP has a long history of very good copywriters working for them. Like some of the best copywriters in the world have written AARP promotions. But this was interesting. So it's a HTML page. Got a big headline. Is this goodbye? With a little hot air balloon floating by.
Yeah.
It says, we've noticed that you've not interacted recently with emails from AARP. This is your last chance to let us know you want to remain on our list.
Last chance.
Last chance.
Final warning.
And then it has a big button that says keep receiving emails, or no, remove me from the email list.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, that's such simple, like list segmentation that most people, or list cleanup.
Yeah.
That most people don't do. But either way, it like re-engages that person maybe for a little bit longer if you want to keep receiving. Now, I think the only thing they did not do well is they didn't give me any reasons to get back in. Right? They just said, we noticed that you haven't been you haven't interacted recently.
Yeah.
Here's what you've missed. Like they could have given me their 3 best things I've missed and like 3 things that were coming up.
Yeah.
I think that would have been even to the next level. But the fact that they're even segmenting their list out is so far ahead of most people that I thought it was worth mentioning on the show. So,
yeah. No, that's good. I mean, you're right. They could have created a little more scarcity. Like, hey, this is what you can miss out on,
Yeah, like
creating that scarcity approach.
They could have gone a couple different ways. It could have been, one bullet about information. Could have been another one about the number of discounts in a year.
Yeah,
that our readers find in their emails over the course of a year. Their average reader saves $375 in coupons from emails over the year. Stuff like that would have been, I think, even better.
Yeah,
but I had to give them credit for at least even like cleaning up their list.
No, that's a good start. I mean, is this goodbye is very good. I mean, because it does create that sense of finality. Like, if you don't, this is it.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that works on some, especially probably the older population, I would say. Because they're kind of in that demographic where they're like, they're used to a certain, they like to see the updates or whatever, the emails. And, when you see a message about saying goodbye, that can affect you on a number of levels when you're getting older.
Well, I think it's, what works too about it is like, nobody wants to be the one to get dumped.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. You want to do the dumping. You don't want to be dumped.
That's
So
right.
like this kind of hits on that emotions. Like, what do you mean? I'm the one who says goodbye. You don't tell me when
That's
you're
right.
saying goodbye.
They've turned the tables.
Yes.
So it's not a good feeling to be on the other end where don't feel like you're in control.
Yep.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah. Been there before. So.
But yeah, give us reasons. That's a good add-on though. Give us reasons why.
Yeah,
and
show me
just,
3 reasons why what I've missed by not clicking through, right? And then show me 3 reasons why what I should be looking forward to.
Right. Yeah.
I think those 6 bullets.
Even the fake because, what we call the fake because, give us a fake because.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll take any because
we want
is
you to
very
stay.
Powerful.
Because we want you to stay. Like
that's right.
Even that would be better. So yeah. So, but good job to them. Half a good job, I guess. We'll give them half a point for that. So
yeah.
And I know they're waiting for our points. So I'm sure they'll be happy to get that.
We'll give them a 2 point. We give them a 2.8 for the effort.
Yes. We'll give them a 4 for the effort and then like a 1.3 for execution.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. Execution score was a little bit low. So.
That's right. Yep.
All right, man. Well, that's all I've got. That's the flight for the day, man. We've talked about werewolves. We've talked about sneakers at the Guggenheim Museum. We've talked about
awesome.
Being more annoying, negative, like admitting that your tourist attraction sucks. Like we've run the gamut today. For sure.
The worst experience. Come join our worst experience. I love it. We should use, I mean, we could incorporate that, listen to the worst podcast or listen to the experience the worst podcast show on discussing beer ratings.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that on my opt-in page for my newsletter. Please be the first to subscribe.
Yeah, there you go.
The only newsletter where you're the only subscriber, so you get full attention. Yeah.
Awesome. So good stuff. One thing we were going to touch on, and we can kind of hint this for next week, is get into the political talk. JFK Jr. So he gave a really interesting speech this week, and it got a lot of reaction. So we're going to dive in. We're going to, JFK, RFK. We're going to dive into that. Bobby's. That's right.
It's so weird because, Bobby was killed so young. So all the images I have in my head of Bobby Kennedy, he was 40, 45, I guess, 40 maybe when he was assassinated. So then to see RFK, who's 70 something, or 70, I think, like it plays tricks on my brain a little bit that he's the son, I
know. Like it's really hard to believe because
we never saw Bobby get older.
No, I know. It was like 1968, right? When he was shot.
Yeah. Somewhere in there.
And his uncle 63, JFK.
It was that that comes in threes, right? It was Bobby, JFK, and then Martin Luther King, all kind of
Martin Luther King. Yeah, absolutely.
On that same thing, which we could go down that conspiracy trail too, if you really wanted to, but
of course.
I think next week we're just going to talk about that speech. We'll pull it apart a little bit. We'll analyze it a little bit because there's a lot of people are saying that may be the best speech since JFK's moonshot speech.
Yeah, that's right.
It's right up there with that, that level of speech. In fact, we talked about, we talked about Joshua Lysick's book on, So Good They'll Call You a Fake, and some of his other books that we've covered.
Yeah,
and
Joshua's been on the show.
Yeah, he posted a few things about, what he thought about that, and he thought it was one of the best speeches. So I'll pull some of those quotes for next. I'm still doing a little bit of research on it, so we'll tear that apart next week and see what we can learn and how to use AI to recreate that voice.
Well, that's what you've done, right? You've taken
Yeah.
that speech and you're gonna run it through what, Claude? And
I'm gonna run it through Claude and see, like, get it. I'm gonna run it through Claude, analyze it, and then see if I can get
Mhm.
some outputs for social posts and emails and other things, and see if I can match the tone and the delivery and the style on a completely different topic. So we'll probably make up a topic next week, or if a listener wants to, email us a topic, we can play with that as well.
No, that sounds fun. I'm I need to go back through it. I've seen clips of it. I haven't seen, the whole speech from start to finish, but boy, it was good. He burnt down some institutions.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, that's pretty brazen. And it was actually
He got a lot of pushback from his family and everything. Like,
refreshing to see. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. He's basically a black sheep in the family now, and probably doesn't care a whole lot. It probably wasn't.
He's got that he's not going to get rid of the Kennedy money. He's fine. He can take a stand.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
Hurt him.
He's okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think he knew the ramifications long ago when he got into this. When he got into this as an independent, and so yeah, that'll be fun to kind of dissect this and pick it apart. But yeah, I'm interested. I need to read Joshua Lysick's comments. That I didn't see that, so I'll have to check that out.
Yeah. So
good stuff. All right. Well, I hope everyone has a great Labor Day weekend coming up. We got a lot of fun. Sean, what's on the docket outside of? I mean, we got college football, which is what we love to talk about. Going tomorrow. So
yeah, we got food on. We got college football on Saturday. We've got food on Monday.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good weekend. So
I love it. Love this time of year.
Have some other stuff planned, but nothing I can talk about on the show. So.
Maybe off the show we can talk about. Okay. No, I love it, man. This is like the kickoff. I always think Labor Day weekends it's like the kickoff to the fall season.
Yes.
It has something to do with football, but it's also that's right. Officially next week we can start having the pumpkins, the pumpkin ales, or we could start hitting on some Oktoberfest. But so I don't think it's too early now. Now that Labor Day weekend has arrived. So to all of our listeners, you can find us over at persuasionbythepint.com. You can find us on every platform out there where you can find a podcast. Leave us 5 stars, please. Thanks for listening, and have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
See ya.